Very good evening and welcome to the news live on Channel I.
Hello, very good evening. I'm Nipuni Samarasekara.
I'm Javed Bonzo. We begin with the headlines. President emphasized that the world can be won by safeguarding whatever we have gained and not by destroying them. The Sri Lanka Freedom Party said that all allegations made by the opposition on hold in the northern provincial election have now been defeated. Several more opposition activists joined the alliance from the north, western and central provinces. Inter-Religious National Movement condemned the Tamil National Alliance election manifesto. The Philippine Army has rescued a group of civilians who were being held by the rebels.
We take a look at those stories in detail now. President Mahinda Rajapaksa said that the people who did nothing when the Muslims were expelled from their birthplaces and those who held discussions with the terrorists are attempting to now represent the Muslim community. He said that those who paid extortion money to the terrorists in the past are now speaking to protect the Muslims. The president said that some people have forgotten the situation that prevailed in the north as well as in the south during the terrorist era. The president made these comments addressing the huge rally held at the Puttalam Urban Council grounds this evening to ensure the victory of the United People's Freedom Alliance candidates contesting the Northwestern Provincial Council elections.
The
president pointed out that the chairman of the Urban Council had mentioned minorities during his speech. The president said that he cannot understand who minorities are. He said that is something that existed in the past. From the 19th of May 2009, we have removed that word from our lexicon and all communities are equal at present. The president said that no one should tell him that there are minorities in this country. He said that the government does not think in that manner. The president emphasized that the government is giving equal treatment to all communities and all religions. The president further said that some parties are saying that that they do not want to come to power, but to prevent others coming to power by splitting their vote. It is being done to sustain these parties and themselves. The president requested the people to think intelligently in using their votes in these matters.
බුද්ධිමත්ව හිතන්න ඕන කාලය ඇවිල්ලා හැමදාම හිතට පපුවට මේ කතා කරන්නේ වලි මේක හිතන්න ඕන බුද්ධිමත්ව හිතන්න මොකද්ද මේ කරන වැඩේ කියලා මම නම් කියන්නේ නැහැ පක්ෂවල අමුණන්සලා හිතා ගන්න ආරක්ෂකයේ ශක්ති ඉන්න ජනාධිපති සංගප්පතේ බලවෙන්න මාරු වැඩි කොළදෝ ආවෙන්න ඒකල මාරුනේ මොකද කියන්නේ
Large crowds attended the public rallies held in Kuliyapiti and Puttalam today under the leadership of President Mahinda Rajapaksa. We now present to you the statements made by some of the people's representatives who addressed these rallies. Minister of External Affairs Professor J.P.S. said that although this is not a parliamentary election, it is an election which is very important and significant. He said that it is being requested for the voters to send a powerful message to the international community. If it was done, the country will be able to face the international community on a strong footing and without bowing down to their dictates. Atula Vijay Singh of the United People's Freedom Alliance said that there is no opposition in this election. The United National Party is not even in the near distance and other parties are completely out of the election. The Western Provincial Council Minister Udaya Gamanpula said that Somawansa Amarasinghe is the leader of the Janata Vimukti Peramuna since 1989 and he does not relinquish the party presidency even if they lost elections many times. Our friend Ranil Wickramasinghe is also similar to this. He is a party leader for almost 19 years now and he is holding the party leader's chair tightly, saying that it is even better if he dies holding it. Minister Rohit Abegunwa said that elephants cannot be seen anywhere now, even the elephants with tusks, elephants that pull the logs, and even the singing elephants are now on this stage along with President Mahinda Rajapaksa. Minister Pavitra Vaniyaji said that she is urging the mothers and fathers of the United National Party not to use their vote to lose for the 15th time. She asked them to vote for the betel leaf and join the winning band. Mr. Duke Gunasekar said that there was no past period in this country during its 65 years history. The GDP growth increased continuously for 7 years. This increase was recorded even during the war period and even during the period where there was an oil crisis. Minister Maithripala Sirisena said that other than President Mahinda Rajapaksa, there is no leader in this country who can face international crisis and other pressures being exerted by the international community. Minister Anura Priyadarshana said he is happy to see this massive crowd which has gathered in Kuliapitiya despite the heavy rains. The minister said that this factor itself confirms the mammoth victory that will be achieved by the UPFA.
President Mahinda Rajapaksa emphasized that we can only win the world by safeguarding what we have gained and not by destroying them. He said that we are a nation that has shown compassion even to our foes, and a nation that has taught love and kindness to the world. The President made these comments participating in a ceremony held to vest the new Mahindodaya laboratory of the Anura Mahavidyalaya at Vilpota in Anamadu with its students. The new laboratory consists of a computer lab, a language center, a mathematics center, a library and other modern facilities. The government spent 65 million rupees on the construction of this laboratory under the program of developing 1,000 secondary schools. The President said that we should select only the things that are correct and right from the new technology that reaches our country. Speaking further, the President said that he was very happy when he visited the school, as there were guiding phrases written on all the trees around the school. One of those was that it is nature that is the father of the arts. The President said that we cannot distance ourselves from nature. We should not get used to a world that is being renewed. The President said that from the internet we receive good things and bad, but only the good things should be selected.
ස්වභාව ධර්මයෙන් අපිට ඈත් වෙන්න එපා. අපි අලුත් වෙන ලෝකෙට පමණක් හුරු වෙන්න හොඳ නැහැ. දැන් මේකේ එනවා කම්පියුටර්. ඉතින් මේකත් එක්කම ඉන්ටර්නෙට් එනකොට මේවයි හොඳ එනවා නරකත් එනවා. ඉතින් අපි මේකෙන් හොඳ දේ ලබා ගන්නට ලෑස්ති වෙන්න ඕනේ. කෝටි ගානක සම්පතක් කරගෙන තමයි අපි මොනවද
Meanwhile, in order to facilitate the financial dealings of people in Anamadua, the Bank of Ceylon and People's Bank branches in Anamadua have been established under one roof. The President declared open the two-storied building that had been constructed for this purpose and also accepted the first deposit at the banks. Ministers Jeevan Kumaratunga and Priyankara Jayaratna and the Chairman of the People's Bank Gamini Senrat and Chairman of the Bank of Ceylon Razik Zaruk also attended the function. Meanwhile, the President also visited the Parakrama Primary School in Anamadu on a request made by the students. There are 434 students studying up to grade 5 in this school and 13 teachers. The President visited the school on an invitation letter received from the students, despite his heavy program for the day. The President also spent some time talking to the students of the school.
Minister Dallas Alhapirma said that all allegations made by the opposition about holding of elections in the northern province have now been rejected. The government has been able to reinstitute democracy in the northern province after a lapse of 3 decades. The minister said that the government expects a free and fair election in the northern province. Minister Dallas Alhapirma made these comments at a media conference held at the Sri Lanka Freedom Party headquarters in Colombo today. Speaking further, Minister Dallas Alapenuma said that the last provincial council election in the northern province was held on 4th June 1981. However, the results were not released until after 14 days. After 16 days, the results were released, but 4 ballot boxes were missing. Therefore, the people of the north had some suspicion about the election being held at present. Before the nominations were accepted, some people used to say that this is an election being held by deploying the army. They said the government will not even allow the international observers to monitor the election. All these allegations have now been refuted. 14 international election observers have arrived in the island. The minister said that the government is not keen on getting a victory by counts. Holding of elections is the victory the government expects. Minister W.D.J. Senaviratne, addressing the media conference, said that there is no active program to be seen in the provincial council election from the side of the opposition. He said that the Tamil National Alliance is espousing communalism while using public properties. Minister W.D.J. Senaviratne said that the opposition is making baseless allegations against the government on holding the elections. While making these allegations, they are even using the stationery of the local government institutions in which they hold power. Minister of External Affairs Professor G.L. Pires said that the Tamil diaspora, by providing funds to various organizations and countries, is pressurizing them to work against Sri Lanka. Speaking further, Minister Professor G.L. Pires said that there are countries in which several hundred people die each week. These are countries which were peaceful and stable in the past, and they have now been completely destroyed. These things happen in those countries because of foreign interference. It is very clear that attempts are being made to create such a situation in our country as well. Therefore, the best thing to do against these attempts is for the people to be united around the leader of the country.
The Ministry of Economic Development says that officials working under the ministry are not involved in political activities at any time. Malicious propaganda is being carried out to bring disrepute to the graduate trainees, economic development officers, Samurdhi managers and development officials of the ministry, saying that they engage in political activities. The ministry, issuing a press release, stated that this allegation is totally false. These officials are carrying out their public service duties in the locations they are assigned to work. The press release states that they are not involved in any political activities. The Association of All Island Samurdhi Development and Agricultural Research Production Assistants also held a media conference today and explained this matter. The Secretary to the Association of All Island Samurdhi Development and Agricultural Research Production Assistants, SAD Jagat Kumar, said that just because of the fear that the opposition had of the Samurdhi movement, they would always make various allegations about them. He also said that the opposition wants to suppress the Samurdhi movement.
In more local news, President Mahinda Rajapaksa said that it is sad to find that the opposition cannot see the huge development that had been carried out throughout the country. The President made these observations addressing a mammoth rally held at the Kuliapitiya town this afternoon. The rally had been organized to ensure the victory of the United People's Freedom Alliance candidates contesting for the North Western Province Provincial Council election. A mammoth crowd attended the rally despite heavy rains. The president speaking at the rally said that the people of this area know what has been done for this area by the government. The roads have been carpeted. He said that he saw a carpet road for the first time at Ratmalane in the Gaul Road when he came from Nadamulan to Colombo. Until that time he had never seen a carpet road. Some of the people are asking what is the use of highways, electricity and other facilities. These are things that are being said by envious people just because they have nothing else to say. The political parties that are contesting the elections in the north are making separatist slogans. The president assured that no one will be allowed to segregate this country. He said that his preference is the preference of the people and wish victory for the people in the election.
මගේ මනාපය ඔබේ මනාපයයි ඒ නිසා ඔබේ මනාපයට මගේ මනාපයත් එක්ක අහු වෙනවයි කියලා මතක තියාගෙන ඔබට සම්පූර්ණයෙන්ම ජය වේවා.
Foreign observers who have arrived in the country on the invitation of the Commissioner of Elections visited the northern province today. Our Vaunia correspondent said that 3 observers from India, Bangladesh and Nepal arrived in Vaunia today and they will stay in Vaunia until the 22nd of this month. They met the returning officer of Vaunia, M.K. Bandura Harishchandra, today. The returning officer said that anyone can submit their complaints to these officers.
The Interreligious National Movement said that the local conspirators and international forces are indulged in a conspiracy to destabilize the country. The forces of the conspirators are attempting to achieve the things that they could not achieve through terrorism. The Interreligious National Movement emphasized the importance of uniting everyone to defeat these conspiracies. These factors were pointed out at a media conference held in Colombo today. The chairman of the Interreligious National Movement, Professor Venerable Kumburugamu Vajrathero, said that the political organizations that espouse separatism are attempting to destroy the peace that has been established in the country and drag the country once again to terrorist atrocities. They have issued election manifestos with this objective, and it is a serious matter.
අදහස් කරගෙන මැතිවරණ ප්‍රකාශයක් නිකුත් කරලා තියෙනවා. ඒක මහා බරපතල කරුණක්. තරතියක් පුරා පැවති
The Joint Secretary of the Interreligious National Movement, Venerable Vatnapa Somanandathero, said that if some people are attempting to revive the brutal war that prevailed for 30 years and to destroy the peace and unity prevailing in the country, they will take whatever action possible to prevent such things.
නමුත් එහෙම දෙයක් නෑ මේ මිනිස්සුන් අවශ්‍ය කරන්නේ මේ ජන ජීවිතේ බිල්ලට දීලා අසරණ දෙමළ ජනතාවගේ ජීවිතේ බිල්ලට දීලා උන්ගේ යපිය.
Venerable Egaduwene Nanavimalatero asked what they were able to achieve by the armed struggle carried out for 30 years. They achieved nothing. The Venerable Thero said that the Secretary to the Interreligious National Movement, Reverend Father Cyril Anthony, said that it cannot be allowed to segregate this country and to revive terrorism once again. He said the country cannot go for a war again. Maulavi Hassan Maulana said that the Tamil National Alliance expects international assistance and especially support from diaspora individuals. Co-chairman of the Interreligious National Movement, Shiva Shri Mohan Sharma Kurka, said that a condition should be created for everyone born in this country to live as the children of one mother.
Meanwhile, President Mahinda Rajapaksa declared open the Fauza Rock Garden Rest Hotel recently, which had been constructed according to ancient architectural designs. The hotel has been constructed on the Anuradhapura Putlam Road, targeting local and foreign tourists. The hotel has been constructed on a 5-acre land, and the ground floor of the hotel contains trees and other vegetation laid out in an environmentally friendly manner. The 25-room hotel caters only vegetarian food. The chief incumbent of the Ruwanmali Sara, Venerable Pallega Mehemaratanathera, the governor of the North Central Province, Karnaratna Dulgane, and Deputy Ministers S.M. Chandrasena and W.B. Ekanayaka also attended the opening ceremony.
The international media point out that a glaring progress will be achieved in the tourism sector because of the Commonwealth Heads of State Summit in Colombo. They said that the hotel sector will be strengthened. The Commonwealth Heads of State Summit and several other conferences in conjunction with it will be held in Colombo and other locations from 8 to 17th November. Nearly 5,000 foreign representatives, officials and media personnel will arrive in the country to participate in these events. The foreign media quoting main hotel management said that already 4,000 hotel rooms have been reserved in Colombo and other areas. Many hotels are now being refurbished to accommodate the anticipated visitors. The international media point out that since several hundred foreign media personnel will arrive in the country for these events, Sri Lanka will get a wide publicity in the international arena.
Meanwhile, a group of more than 500 activists of the United National Party in Gargamuwa joined the Sri Lanka Freedom Party. They obtained SLFP membership at a meeting held in Gargamuwa yesterday. They included the former member of the Giribara Pradesh Sabha, H.M. Ranathunga, and secretary to the Central Committee of the United National Party in the Giribara division. They obtained the SLFP membership from parliamentarian Tharanath Basnayaka and the candidate for the Northwestern Provincial Council elections, Dayasiri Jayasekara. Meanwhile, 400 activists of the United National Party in the Nuwara Muskele electorate have joined the Sri Lanka Freedom Party. They joined the SLFP at 3 centres in the Muskele electorate, and the issuance of SLFP memberships for them was coordinated by Deputy Minister Premalal Jayasekara.
The International Book Fair that is now being held at the BMICH will end on the 22nd of this month. It is open from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. Our correspondent in the fair premises, Dakshita Rajasurya, said that a huge crowd visited the book fair today as well.
Hello, you're watching the news on Rupavahini. We take a look at the sports. Now we have Chamindi in the studio with us. Good evening, Chamindi.
Good evening, Nipini. Welcome to the sports news with me, Chamindi Samarasekara. Alexander Matevchuk of Ukraine has become the first in the Moscow International Marathon. This was the first international marathon organized in the Russian capital, Moscow. Around 6,000 runners participated in the international marathon held yesterday. This was organized in parallel with the International Athletic Championship. Regardless of the unfavorable weather conditions existing in Moscow these days, the athletes participated in the marathon. The marathon started from the Lushniki Sports Complex in the arena area of Moscow, and the athletes had to complete a distance of about 45 kilometers. There was a large crowd and volunteers to cheer the athletes. Ukraine won the first, second and third places in the marathon. Alexander Matevchuk, who became first in the marathon, took 2 hours 19 minutes and 36 seconds to complete the marathon.
Well, that's it for tonight's news. Do watch us tomorrow at the very same time. Good night.
Good night.